This cutout is going to be available on chalkitupfancy.com. It is going to be a full kit with paint, dabbers, glue, and everything you're going to need to put this together. And it has all these interchangeable parts. I'm going to start by taking my Republic Red and blending in some Snow Owl to make this pink. And I'm going to do portions at a time. So I'm going to start by filling in the flowers in the pink. I'm going to put these dabbers aside in case I need the color again in some of my other cutouts. This is going to be Joshua Tree on the greenery. And then I'm going to take Snow Owl on my bunny. I'm using a dabber from the Dollar Tree. You will get sponges in your kit along with a clothespin to hold the sponge. The Snow Owl will take 2 coats. After my first layer, I do this dabbing motion and then it fills it in quite nicely. You'll use a lot less paint. Then I'm going to go in with some chocolate into the wagon. And then I'm going to do the large button and the small button also in the chocolate. And then I'm going to take my baby wipe and wipe everything back. Also in your kit, you're going to get the glue, the sponges, and some jute, a piece of sandpaper, everything you're going to need to put this together. So I took a little white and added it to my buttons just to give it a little bit of a different tone of the brown. And then I did some dry brushing on the flowers and the greenery. Then I'm going to take the chocolate sponge and I'm going to go around the edge of my bunny. And this is just going to give me that tea-stained look. This is optional. I'm going to go in with the eggs with the pink on one egg, the Joshua Tree on the center egg, that's the second part, and then Higgins Lake on the third egg. Then I'm going to take my carrots and I'm going to go in with some Fireside on the carrot part and then the Joshua Tree on the upper greenery area. Then I'm going to do the Joshua Tree and all the greenery. And then the 2 parts that are separate, these are going to be the layered parts. I'm going to do in the Joshua Tree and then hit with a little Snow Owl so that it just gives it a different tone and helps with that 3D vibe that you want to get from your layers. Then I'm going to go in with the clovers with the Joshua Tree. I'm going to fill in the entire base and then that second part that's going to be that layered look. Then the hearts I'm going to fill in with Republic Red. And then that second layer I'm going to do in the pink. Now I'm going to go in with the Snow Owl dabber and highlight all the edges of my clover, the stem. I'm going to dry brush on the greenery. And this is just me adding a little bit of white on a dry sponge. I'm going to do the tops of the carrot. The edges of my eggs. And this is just going to give me interest and dimension to all my parts. And then I did the edges of the heart. Now I'm going to glue all my pieces together. You get the glue in your kit. I'm just adding all my layers. You do not need a lot of glue. A little bit goes a long way. And then I'm going to put chocolate on the rim at the bottom of each of my parts. This was the last cutout. It's the flowers. I did the base in white, the layered one in pink, and then I took a very small dabber and added that fireside to the center of each of the flowers. And now I'm going to put my wagon together. I'm going to add the wheel. I'm going to add the greenery to my bunny. And you'll see the lasered scoring so you know exactly where to put that. I'm going to add the button around his neck with some jute and add a bow. I'm going to do polka dots on the center of my carrots, the center flower, the center clove, the center egg, and the center heart. And you can add some highlights as you choose. I get this tool right at the Dollar Tree. You can use Rust-Oleum ×2 as your top coat. In case you feel like your inserts aren't going in easily, you can take sandpaper and sand down some of the paint, okay? I would do that before you hook the wagon to the rabbit. I would still paint this bar because you may see the tip of it. Yeah, that goes in much easier. Okay? I'm going to put my wagon and my bunny together and add the stands on the back of the wagon. The full kit is available at chalkitofancy.com. I will post a link in the comments.